lights dim, low screens aglow. Toy takes us where dreams flow. Action heroes, villains, dark night. Every scene, heart still light. Myths, giants rise and fall. Time machines, epic brawls. Mondays in blue, with keeps light. Fantasy realms to infinite heights.
We decided to leave this place just one damn day too late.
Hey up, it's Steve, the old Yorkshire geek, and welcome to episode 121 of Magnificent Mondays. And this week we're going to break down and review Tremors, the first of the Tremors films, and the best, probably. I don't know, I've not seen them all. I think I've seen 4 of them. I think I've seen the first 4, I think, but I could be wrong. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share, drop a comment and all that stuff. Explore the description for links for stuff like, oh hang on, there we go, for stuff like merch and me books. There they are. I'm using an old video of my books because I forgot to put a t-shirt on. And my websites and my other channels, and become a member, and then you get early access videos and exclusive videos and all that sort of stuff. And super chats and super thanks be hugely appreciated. So there we go. Right, so that's that used. Right, anywho, get rid of that. Hang on, I see I'm not ready now. I've got myself all in a tizzy. Right, just bear with me while I sort things out. Oh, what are you doing? While I sort this. Stop playing. Sorry, I'm sorting things out. I should have done this beforehand, shouldn't I? But I was been twiddling my thumbs waiting and forgot to sort things out. Because I'm a big dope. Right, anywho, so yes, we're doing Tremors from 1990 or 89. It says 89 at the end of the film. I think it was supposed to be released in 1989, but it was pulled back a bit. So it was actually released in 1990. Directed by Ron Underwood, his first film. He didn't do many films. He did this, and then City Slickers, and and then something else. But I think his undoing was he was the director of The Adventures of Pluto Nash, which was one of the biggest box office bombs in history. And ever since then, he's been relegated to TVs and TV episodes and TV movies and stuff. So he's obviously not been let out of movie jail. But anyway, it stars Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Finn Carter, Michael Gross, Reba McEntire, Victor Wong, and some others. And Bibi Besh appears in it as well. Music by Ernest Troost, who I've never heard of, but the music is quite cool in this. A lot of harmonicas and boing sort of music going on. The budget of about 10 million, classed as a low budget film, I suppose, for that time. Didn't do well at the box office, but it found an audience on home video, which did enough on that to result in 6 other films and a TV series, and maybe a future one. But anyway, so there we go. Kevin Bacon didn't want to make this film, but it's like kind of down on his luck a little bit, running out of money, so he needed a paycheck, so he took it, and the rest is history. But I think he didn't feel it was a high point of his career, but I think over the years he's softened towards it, to the point where I think he says he's willing to come back either to do another series or another film. I can't remember which, but anyway, so that's what we're going to look at is Tremors. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? We're not going to watch the film because YouTube are going mental. We're going to watch it in a series of stills. I'll try and remember what I've gleaned from the special features. Not a lot of special features, to be honest. Well, I say not a lot. There's like a behind the scenes, a documentary. It lasts about just under an hour. But, and it's fine. No commentaries or anything, unfortunately. But I forgot to take notes, so I've probably forgotten everything. But you know what I'm like. Right, so we'll go through it. We're watching a series of stills and maybe play the odd snippet and all that stuff. Right, have I got this muted? No, right. Right, I'll put myself down the corner and we shall begin. Right, here I go. Where are we? There we go. Right, add that. Right, oh, there we go. The good old Universal logo. Still my favourite. Is this Universal logo? Oh, give over. I forgot to get rid of that. Still my favourite logo is that one. Right, so off we go. There we go. The Tremors. I don't know what they're trying to say with this. Is it just supposed to show the Earth moving? Is that what that's about? I don't know. But and then we begin. Seeing somebody peeing off a cliff, off a matte painting cliff. This is. I don't know if that's Kevin Bacon. Probably not, with it being a long shot, but it's supposed to be peeing off the end of a cliff and some cows and all that. Filmed in Lone Pine, California. Not Lone Pine Mall from Back to the Future, in Lone Pine, California. They built a small town, and then when they'd finished it, they ripped the small town down, which we will see shortly. But that's a matte painting, isn't it? But all the background is real. Right, so, I'm going to show him. There he is. There's our hero, Kevin Bacon, complete with credit. And he's going to go and wake up his partner in crime, Earl. He plays Val, I can't remember his blood. Val McKee or something like that. Hang on, let's check. God, I got it right. Valentine McKee. And his partner in crime, Earl Bassett. And they're kind of, it says there, you can't see it for me. Behind me there. It says V&E Odd Jobs. Not meaning that they're portraying bowler hat throwing henchmen from James Bond. No, they do odd jobs. They seem to do all the jobs in town that need doing. Them clouds. I know it's real, but they look painted, don't they? Them clouds look very, like a matte painting, but it's not. It's real. Right, so he's asleep in the back of the pickup truck. So I'm guessing they spend a lot of their lives sleeping in the back of a pickup truck. And so Val's going to wake him up. Sorry, Justin's arrived. He didn't like it for years, like Friday the 13th, but over the years he has grown to love it and his horror roots and fans. He's seen that it was a turning point in his career and relaunched it. Yes, it did. It helped him. And his wife had a kid while they were making it. There's a funny thing, isn't there, that they're having their child, him and his wife, and if it were a girl, she wanted it to be called Megan, and he says, "No, we're not having a kid called Megan Bacon," which I thought was funny. I think it ended up being called Justin. What did Tristan? I can't remember now, so I can't remember. Anyway, right. So he wakes him up, pretends that there's a stampede. There we go. He's jumping up and down on the truck because he sees the cows, you see. It makes him think there's a stampede. So Earl rolls out of the pickup. I don't know what he's planning on doing, but he rolls out, sees there's not a stampede, and cusses him out. There's a lot of light swearing in this, like, shit and B words and stuff. But only 2 F-bombs. Apparently there were loads in. I don't know how many, but apparently there were lots of F-bombs in the original script. And maybe in the original, dialogue. But I think some of them have been overdubbed. So we'll keep an eye out and see if we notice any overdubbed F-bombs. Mother Humpers, for instance. I think that might have been one of them. Anyway, right, so here we are in there. First cigarette of the day. Shouldn't smoke, really. It's not good for you. Windgrace doing his cow impression. A singing cow, I think. Moo! That's what that cow's saying. Where were we? So they're having their first cigarette of the day. They're going to have a thing. Whose turn is it for breakfast? Because it's all repartee and banter. I did it yesterday. No, we did. So they do rock, paper, scissors. Val always loses except for one time. Anyway, Justin says, he said, "How low I'm making a film about worms. I was crying on the sidewalk," he said. Fred Ward is a legend. Yes, Fred Ward, he is. Saying that though, I've not seen him in a huge amount of things. Oh God, what's that other film I've seen him in a few things, but it's kind of a low-key actor, isn't he? He's been in a lot of stuff. Cast a Deadly Spell, that's where I remember him mostly from. And he was in a British TV series about an alien invasion, and I can't remember what that was called. That was a creepy series, but anyway. But he's been in loads of stuff. And he's still singing his Windgrace. Moo River. Thinks he's not Catherine Hepburn, the other one. What's the other Hepburn? Audrey. Thinks it's Audrey Hepburn. Anyway, so here we go. Rock, paper, scissors. So it's his turn. Right, next up, the first of their odd jobs of the day, the mending barbed wire fences. And this is where we see the first funny thing of the film, I think. By the way, produced by Galen Hurd of Terminator, Aliens, etc. fame. First cigarette of the day with coffee is blissful. Fred was in the right stuff. Yes, he was in the right stuff. Crow 3, don't know, I've not seen that. I think I've only seen the first Crow film once. I wasn't a huge fan, to be honest. And I'm an Alex Proyas fan. I like Alex Proyas films. But anyway, even Tremors 2 was great. Yeah, as I said, I think I've seen the first 4. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen the first 4. The second one is got Fred Ward in it again, hasn't it? The third one is the Ass Blaster one, isn't it? But I can't really remember what happens in it. I just remember Ass Blasters. And what is the fourth one? Back in Time, Perfection, when it were a frontier town. I haven't seen any after that. The other, was it 3? Or the TV show. Anyway, where was? Oh, they're fixing this fence, and the first of maybe the only, I don't know, Kevin Bacon's improvisation, sort of. Hang on, where he does it here, where he hammers this tack in, and apparently it was unscripted, and he just did it, and Fred Ward's reaction is genuine. So we'll just play it there. Look at him. Oh dear. There we go. I think that's hilarious. I do. Anyway, right, so they're heading back into town. It's garbage day, so they don't want to do garbage, so let's do something else. We've got to do It's $50 sorting out garbage for Nesta, who's one of the townsfolk. Justin says Michael Gross was in all of them. Fred was in the second. There we go. Anyway, so that was all their odd jobs. And here they are driving through the lovely valley of whatever it's called. They see a truck that belongs to a new grad student who's doing studies out in the valley. Somehow they know that the old one's graduated, and they know that the new one is a girl. I don't know how they know this, but they just do. It's supposed to be a girl. That's where he does his famous line. Here we go.
You will have long blonde hair, big green eyes, world-class breasts, ass that won't quit, and legs that go all the way up.
Him and his list, eh? Anyway, so this is where they meet Rhonda. Here she is. There she is, played by Finn Carter, with stuff on the nose for sunburn. Rhonda something. Rhonda LeBeck. There we go. Although I don't think they ever mentioned the surnames in this, so I don't know why they bothered giving them in the script. But anyway, there she's up doing seismology studies. So she's got sensors all around the valley, studying, for earthquakes and stuff. And we learn that she's asking if is anybody setting off charges or whatever, or doing any mining or anything in the area. And they said no. It's because she's getting some weird readings. So this is his first inkling that something's up. Anyway, so off they go. So obviously he's not happy that she's not some blonde bimbo. So off they go. Sorry to bother. Off they go. She notices she's got her stuff on the nose. She thinks, I didn't make a good first impression with Kevin Bacon. At least he don't get an arrow through the neck in this, does he? Anyway, so there we go. There's Tammy Lynn Baxter. Wonder who that is in real life. Are they all the same person? That looks like a wig, doesn't it? Is that the same person as in these other photos? I have no idea. Anywho, Justin says, the reason this was so special, when I was first diagnosed with cancer and nobody knew what it was or what to do, this movie and world was my safe space. It got me through a very dark time. Very good. Very good. I'm glad you're still with us, Justin. I really, really am. Yeah, but, films can do that, or TV shows, like Star Trek is my comfort zone. If I'm stuck what to watch, I'll put on some Star Trek. It's usually Enterprise, to be honest, but that's what we do. I had very bad thoughts, God and Tremors, and these characters saved my life. Excellent. And you saved your life as well. You did. Don't just blame them, or put the reason on. It's not just them, it's you as well. Yes, and the doctor and good medicine, yes, and they also contribute. Anyway, but yes, I'm glad you're still with us, Justin. Anyway, so they're heading into town to do their stuff. There it is. There's Perfection. We see a street sign, don't we? There we go. City of Perfection, estimated. Established 1902. Population 14. Is that right now? I don't know how many characters is in this film. I don't think it's 14, is it? Elevation 2,135 feet. This is quite high up, to be honest, compared to British altitudes. Anyway, who's been shooting at it? I don't know. Probably Melvin, to be honest. Right, so here they are. There's Melvin, the most annoying character in the film, and he's supposed to be. Apparently he lives by himself. For some reason I thought that Nesta was his dad, but he's not. Because Melvin lives in a house and Nesta lives in a trailer. For some reason I thought he was his dad. I don't know why. Apparently his parents, Melvin's parents, have moved to Las Vegas or something and left him there. Apparently. Right, so we're in the shop now. There's the great Victor Wong as Chang. appreciate you 2 times over. And there's Heather and Bert, survivalists. Played, that's what's his face, isn't it? Michael Gross, who were fresh off Family Ties. Wasn't he doing this? I think he'd filmed his last episode of Family Ties, and the next day he were doing this. So he didn't have much time off, did he? Anyway, the great Victor Wong as Chang. Walter, I think is it Walter Chang? I think it is, isn't it? Originally, the character was supposed to be Vietnamese, called, I can't remember, Pham Van or something like that. But he came aboard saying, "Well, I'm Chinese. Can't have a Chinese name." So they said okay. But I just keep expecting him to get on the phone and call Jack Burton, because he'd sort out the Graboids, wouldn't he, with Jack Burton. But anyway, great crossover idea. Anywho, right, so here they are, getting to know some of the characters. They're having a little dig at him, saying he's complaining about stuff. You have a heart attack before you get a chance to survive World War III. Anyway, but there we go. Right, so, another clue. There was something's up. Oh, look, vibrate. Tremors. Right, so we're back with Rhonda checking her seismology stuff. Mesa State University, apparently she's from. It says the property of MSU. I think it says on the side of her truck, which is Colorado, but they're in Nevada. Filmed in California, so who knows? Anyway. It's such a change for Michael Gross, and I love Reba. Yes, her first film, isn't it, as an actress? Because she's famous being a country singer. Don't ask me any of her songs, I don't know, but she wanted to get into acting, and the director Ron Underwood says, "Well, okay, we'll audition her," and she came in, and they all fell in love with her, so she got the part because they said she was lovely. Anyway, so she's checking out these stuff, and there we see stuff starts happening. Any minute now. There we go, off it goes. Hey, look, something's happening. We used to have, hang on. Yes, and we also see something moving towards, I think, is it this? That might not be. Is it? Yes, it is. Obviously, it's not, it's just to show that she's being watched. But obviously just moving the camera low. Anyway. Wingrace says, I've got an itchy moustache for some reason. Naomi Wildman's actor played Reba's daughter in the TV show titled, named after her, Reba. See, I didn't even know she'd done that. Is that how you pronounce it, by the way, Reba? I think it is, isn't it? That's my mandatory Star Trek connection. There's another one later. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it. Another Star Trek connection later. Or actress. Well, yeah, actor. Well, they like to be called actors, don't the women these days? Except when they're receiving an Oscar. Then you can call them an actress for Best Actress. I'm surprised they haven't changed it. I mean, maybe they have now, I don't know. Cause they like to be called actors, don't they, instead of actresses. So I'm surprised they haven't changed it to Best Actor in a Female Role or something like that. But anyway. Justy says, Reba was a great show. Me and my grandma, when she was alive, watched all the time. I didn't even know she had one. I don't think it's being shown over here. Anyway, there, so she's been stalked. Oh, there we get a view of it then. There it is. Oh, it's like Alternative 3. If you know, you know. But there was some things coming to get her, but she just gets out of the way in time. Ooh, blimey. She's got lovely hair, by the way. I love her hair. She's nice eyes as well. Right, here it is, garbage day. We see him driving the tractor. By the way, lots of setup in this. Lots of setup and payoff later on. So earlier at the beginning, the stampede, it pretends to do a stampede. That gets paid off right at the end of the film. What else is there? I can't think now. Anyway, there they are driving the tractor. which gets used later on. So anyway, so they're relaxing. But says, what are we still doing here? Why aren't we left? But anyway, next up, we've got to deal with Melvin's cesspool or cesspit or whatever. Septic tank. Got to empty that, haven't they? There they are. Melvin's saying, run down to the store and pick me up a 6-pack. I said, shut up, Melvin. Anyway, but then it all bursts and they're getting covered in, I presume what's supposed to be poo. Looks more like oil, doesn't it? But I think it's supposed to be poo. Stuff from a septic tank. So anyway, so they've had enough now. And they're leaving, they're getting out, they've had a shower or whatever, because they're all cleaned up. And they're leaving town, they're heading out of perfection, they've had enough. Oh, there we go, E. Bassett v. McKee. There we go. I've never noticed that before, to be honest. They've got a sign there outside their trailer. I'd never noticed. And I've seen this film dozens of times. Anyway, so they're heading out, and here comes Nancy. Apparently we're in Twin Peaks, but I wouldn't know. I have seen Twin Peaks, but not all of it, so I'm not really super familiar with it. Anyway, she stops them and says she's got some work for them, but they said, no, we're leaving, we're heading out of town. The town will just collapse without them, because they do everything, don't they? But we're going. And she says, oh, but I need this stuff doing, I'll pay you loads of money, and throw in lunches and beer. And they say, no, we're going. Anyway. Meanwhile, she's telling them what to do. Oh no, we've gone past it. Never mind. In the background, you saw Ariana Richards, younger Ariana Richards on a pogo stick. But we'll see her again later. She does it a lot. But anyway, they have resisted temptation of beer, and they're heading out of town. So off they go. But first up, there we go. They have first of their distractions. Oh, excuse me. There we go. They see somebody up an electricity pylon. Edgar Deems, whoever he is, somebody they know. But is it going to show us? There he is, up there. Saying, "What are you doing up there?" But he doesn't respond to him. So they say, "Well, we've got to go and check on him." So they do another rock paper scissors. Obviously, Val loses. So up he goes. And we see that he's dead. Oh no, Edgar Deems, whoever he is, local character I suppose, is dead with his Winchester in his hand. So there we go. So he says, "Oh!" He exclaims in a profane way. So there we go. And then somehow they get him down. I don't know how. It doesn't tell us, because next up, there we go, he's in the back of their pickup truck. Don't know what they do with him. We don't see him again. Do they just bury him? I don't know. Or do they leave him with the doctor? Because they've taken him to a doctor that's moved in. He's building a house, him and his wife, Bibi Besh. So he's taking Edgar's body in. I said, I don't know how they got him down. Maybe they just pushed him down. I don't know, but maybe they used a rope. I don't know. It doesn't tell us. Just it says Finn had a rough go for a few years. She has had troubles. Sad. Oh dear, very sad. Anyway, she's good in this. It's the only thing I've seen her in, as far as I know. Let's check. Finn Carter. What else has she been in? Lot of TV, but nothing I've seen. Outer Limits, the late, not the original ones. Yeah. Oh, she's been busy, I suppose, but on TV for the most part, yes. But not in anything I've seen. So as I said, this is the only thing I've seen her in. Anywho, right. So the doctor says he died of dehydration. There's the doctor, Jim. And there's his wife, who isn't called Jim. I forgot her name. Megan. Maybe named after Kevin Bacon's never-born daughter. Well, if you know what I mean. Anyway. Just says, the copy of the movie I have had a documentary, deleted scenes that explains old Edgar. She was married to Steve Webber for a bit. Who the hell's Steve Webber? I don't know who that is. Does it? Oh, no. It might. No, there's none of that on the Blu-ray. But as I said, anyway, I've got it on DVD, and I'm sure there were more stuff on the DVD than's on this Blu-ray, which is a shame. But I don't know where the DVD is. I'd say it'll be in a box somewhere. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes, he died of dehydration. He climbed up there and just died of thirst. Justin says the doctor was a famous guy. Who plays the doctor? Jim the Doctor. Conrad Bachman. Let's have a look. What's Conrad Bachman been in? Bum 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 bum. Where is it? Where's it? No, it doesn't even have a Wikipedia entry. Unbelievable. I'm going to have to go on to IMDb. Conrad Bachman. What's he been in? Outbreak. He were in Outbreak. The Astronaut's Wife. Rules of Engagement. The West Wing. Another one says there, Dark Skies. Dark Skies, who were in that great series, Dark Skies. One season. Got too close to the truth and they cancelled it. I love Dark Skies. Yeah, it's been in loads of stuff. Matlock, Falcon Crest. Hey, Dynasty. Or as you say over there, Dynasty. Street Hawk, remember that? I do barely. Sound the same time. Street Hawk, Manimal. I can't remember something else as well. I can't think what else. What call him? It was like a Tron rip-off. Can't remember. Anyway, I was asking up. Sure, Charlie's Angels. I saw something else as I was going down. Future World, you were in that. Foxy Brown. Where is it? Oh, Tales of the Golden Monkey. You were in that as well. Remember that? Another series that didn't last very long. Starring... I'm blanking on names tonight. Will Decker. From Star Trek The Motion Picture, Stephen Thingamabob. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, aren't I? I'm getting off topic. I bet he's good at Overdrive. I have no idea what you're talking about, Wingrace. I'm sure that's hilarious, though. The DVD had lots of stuff. I can't remember. I said it's in a box somewhere. Dark Skies was very good. Wasn't Jerry Ryan in that? Yes, she was towards the end, or something similar. Yes, she was towards the end of Dark Skies. As I said, it only lasted one season, and she came in as like an agent who ended up in a relationship with the main character. Spoilers, because the main character's wife ended up being a baddie part way through. He Who Must Not Be Named from TMP. Apparently there's controversy about him, isn't there? I don't know what it is. I forgot. Batman Turner Overdrive. All right, okie dokie. Bet he's a good turn at Overdrive. Should have said, shouldn't you? Let's rock. Do. Anyway, where were we? Right, Edgar is died of thirst. I said, well, why did he climb up there and die of thirst? Don't know. Somebody chased him up there. It's a mystery. And then what did they do with him? I don't know. But then we cut to, I forgot his face. Old what's his face? Old Fred. This is his little garden that he's got. He's doing some digging. He's got some sheep as well and an old car. Its face. He's got one of those faces that I've seen. I'm sure I've seen in something else. It doesn't look real, does it? It looks like a mask. But anyway. Kind of reminds me of old Picard from something. From Star Trek, obviously. But anyway. Okay, I thought she was, but Mandela effect has affected the world, so I was not sure. Yes, she were in it towards the end. She was good in it as well. She was good, like I say, she played a secret agent. Good in fight scenes and stuff. I think it's part of Majestic 12. I'm sure part of that. Stephen Collins, that's the fella. Let's just say Stephen Collins would have been at home on a certain island. Oh, right. Is it that sort of stuff? Right. It's dead annoying, isn't it? It's really, really, I hate it. It does me head in. These blooming celebrities. You like the stuff that they're in, and you like them as the characters they're playing, and it turns out in real life they're complete... Oh! Gets me dead mad. Anyway. Something's bothering his sheep. His sheep seem a bit restless. Is it showing them? There they are. His sheep are restless in their pen. So he carries on his digging, but then something grabs him. In a minute. Hang on, is it going to show it? Here we go. Something grabs him, and down he goes. Ah! Down he goes, and then his sheep are kicking off. His sheep don't last very long. Yes, he can't be named. The whole thing was nuts. Anywho, back at I forgot her name already. Rhonda. Things are going off again. Her seismographs, or whatever they're called, are kicking off. So she's wondering what's going on. See some chaps working by the road, doing some road works. If it were here, they'd have put bloody temporary traffic lights up and stuff. You know, 'cause everywhere you go, there's bloody temporary traffic lights everywhere. Please wait when lights are red. Anyway, and you think, I'll go another way. You know, if you find, so you think, I know they're there now. I will find an alternative route to avoid the temporary traffic lights. And you go another way, find some more bloody temporary traffic lights. No, they're everywhere. Anyway, I've digressed again. Right, so they drive by them and they're heading out. And this is where they come across old Fred's. They're going to see something's up. We see what's up. All Fred's sheep have been ripped apart. Apparently they went to local butchers. I don't know how many local butchers there are in Lone Pine, but and got loads of meat and stuff. So that's real meat. It's not special effect meat. Anyway, old Fred looks like an old human Freddy Krueger. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But his face, I've just seen it in like a horror film, not a Freddy Krueger one. I can't think what, either a horror film or a sci-fi. Or maybe this. I might be thinking of it. Anyway, they come across old Fred, much as they came across the fella up the thing. I forgot his name already, Edgar. But they're looking around for him. They don't know where he is. And they say, oh, there's his hat. So this is where they're going to find out what's happened to Fred. I don't know why they've left Fred's face there. But anyway, obviously a fake head, isn't it? But they've left his face. So they must have had they must have ate the sheep first, got full, and not finished off Fred. But anyway, oh, what the hell's going on? So they head back into town and to tell people, and they tell them, these workmen, there's a killer on the loose, but they don't believe him. So off they go, and then he digs his drill in, and it hits a something. We don't know what they are yet, do we? But it hits it. There we go. Goes in. We hear a scream and a screech. Thusly, well, a moan. And blood or whatever, goo comes out, and then the drill goes bombing off across the road, which was a very simple thing they did, actually. What they did, they resurfaced the road in like soft asphalt, I suppose you could say, and they just put this on a track and just pulled it along, and there we go, and that was done. And apparently Ron Underwood's favourite effect in the film. There's all these amazing mechanical effects and not many visual effects. There's a couple, but not many. Mechanical effects and puppets and matte paintings and all this ace stuff, and this was Ron Underwood's favourite effect. That. Hey. Anyway, he gets dragged off, and then they come a cropper, we learn. Right. He's going to look after... Oh, and then boulders come down, and we learn later that the road is now blocked. Meanwhile, as I say, Chang's thinking about calling on Jack Burton, but he's talking to Miguel about something. Anyway, they come in. Phone's dead. They need to call the police and everything. They need to get in touch with the authorities. So the phone's out, probably because of what's just happened out on the road, I imagine, with the landslide. So they've got to drive into Bixby, which is the nearest town, which is 30 odd miles away. So off they go, heading back out again. But there's the famous line.
We decided to leave this place just one damn day too late.
There we go. But they get to the landslide, and so the men are nowhere to be seen. But there they see that brains and stuff, and they see the road's blocked by huge boulders and stuff. They can't get past. Can't they get round? I mean, is it completely blocked? I mean, they're in a big truck with big chunky wheels. Let's have a look. Let's see. Let's go back. Back. Here we go. Can't they get round? Oops, sorry. Got to mute it. Can't they get round? Is it going to show us if they can? Obviously not. No, it is completely blocked, isn't it? I was saying, can't they get round that part? But obviously not. So they turn round, and head back. But then they get jammed on something. Something's stopping me. Says you've got hung up. He thinks he's reversed into a rock or something. But something's got hold of them. They don't know what, but they get away. They drive off and head back into town again. And this is where we find out they've got something fastened to this. Where we see the first of the Graboids, as they come to be known, courtesy of Walter Chang. So they see that. By the way, I forgot the name. I forgot the name of the company. They did Alien and stuff like that. Aliens, and the Alien movies. Tom Woodruff and his mate. I've forgotten. I'll have to look it up because it's going to bother me. Bear with me. Where the heck are they? Miniature effects, by the way, were done by the Skotak brothers, who did stuff like Aliens and all that. Where are they? Makeup. No, it's not in there either. Where the hell is it? I can't remember the names. Tom Woodruff in there, and there's the other fella. Oh, there we go. Tom Woodruff Jr. And who's the other fella? Why are they next to each other? I don't know. Howard Berger's part of the creature effects crew, who had gone to form that other company. Alec Gillis, that's the fella. Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff. I bet you'd be shouting it in thing, hadn't you? Anyway, never mind. Reba was so happy with her Stinks 2 line, she said. Oh, right. I'll be there. Don't know. Anyway, so it says it looks like an eel, but they get it off, and there we go. Is this where she's going to say it stinks? Doesn't say. Alright, so where they sell it to Chang for $15. But they're saying, there was one of those couldn't eaten a whole flock of sheep, so there must be lots of them. So they've got a mystery on their hands, so they're all worried about what's happening. There they go. They're young Ariana Richards, pre-Jurassic Park. She's not had much luck with monsters, does she? Anyway. Right, back at the doctor's. Him and his wife, BB Besh, Carol Marcus from Star Trek 2. They're getting ready to turn in for the night, but then the generator goes out. Oh no, so he goes to check, and we see that the generator's gone down a big hole in the ground. There she is, Carol Marcus from Star Trek 2. Second time she's got with a character called Jim, isn't it? Because she was Jim Kirk's ex-beau in Star Trek 2. But anyway. So, the Graboids are going to get them. We hear them, they spit out the generator, and they grab hold of Jim, pull him down, so he gets eaten by the Graboids. She jumps in the car, but she hasn't got the keys, so she locks all the doors, and all the, you see all the Graboid we learn that their tongues, they're all getting and they start. Then something happens. The car starts shaking, and it starts being pulled into the ground. The window comes in, and all this what do you call aggregate. They said that when they did this scene, they dug a big hole in the ground, filled it with. I think he said aggregate. I think that's the term, isn't it? It looks like cat litter, doesn't it? But it soaked up all the moisture and stopped working properly. So I don't. They worked around it, but it didn't work properly for them. It was a problem. Anyway, the car gets pulled into the ground. Here we go. We see how it goes. There it is, getting pulled into a big hole in the ground. I like this effect, by the way. It looks kind of not a great, visual effects shot. As I said, not many visual effects shots or optical effects, but this is one of them, showing the beams from the car headlights that blink out as the car is pulled underground. But anyway, so that's the end of them. Next up, I think only 10 people die in this film, and most of them I think have died already. Anyway, right, so working out what to do. So they can't get out of town. There's only one road out. There's only one direction out of town. It must be. Must be. That's that. Isn't there another way out? Does the road just go into the valley and then end at perfection or whatever? And so there's no other way out. The valleys are. It's like an enclosed valley. There's only one way out. I'm guessing. Justin says this movie has a Critters feel. Yeah, it does a bit, to be honest. Yes, it does. I like the Critters films. Well, the first two. I think I've only seen the first two. So they're trying to work out how to get out. So the phones are down. They can't get out by road. So what they're going to do? There you go. We're on our own. Cliffs to the north. Geographic isolation. Like I've just. Yeah, I should have listened, shouldn't I? But anyway, so I think is this where they decide to use horses? Is it maybe? Chang's already making his money back. $3 to have your photo taken with the snake monster. So he's already making his money back because he's a businessman. I say apparently Chang's got horses as well. He must rent out horses for tourists, I imagine. So he's got some horses, and they say, who's the best at riding horses? Of course, it's Val and Earl, because they do everything. So there they are, cleaning out the horses' shoes and hooves or whatever. So they're going to ride out of town. Right, off they go. They do the, whatchamacallit, rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the Winchester rifle or the pistol. And Val wins that one and gets the Winchester, because they've still got Edgar's Winchester rifle. But then Heather gives Earl her super powerful rifle. I don't know what they call it. There we go. Browning says, no, take my Model 70. Whatever that is, I don't know. But so there we go. Earl's happy now. Melvin comes out, pretending that the thing's getting him, and almost gets shot. So, damn it, Melvin. Melvin, you were too close. You were close that time. Too close. This is where he says it to him. No, he did, didn't he? Melvin, one of these days, somebody's gonna kick your ass. Anyway, so off they go. Heading out. Beautiful, scenic, whatever. Swiss cheese and some bullets. Sounds like a song or book. Yes, that's it gives them some Swiss cheese and bullets. And I think some what do you call them? Slim Jims. I think it gives them some Slim Jims as well. Call them peperamis here, but they're not as long as yours. What we get, but I think he put some Slim Jims in as well, hasn't he? He's quite generous actually. He's Chang. Really, he likes making his money, but he does give stuff to people when they need it. Anyway, so off they go. Riding out of town for help. They come across the doctors. I still don't know what happened to Edgar's body. Did they just leave old Fred there in his hole? They must have done. wondering where the doctor is. Says, well, the car's not here. They must have, we've missed them. They're out somewhere. But says, well, where's that music coming from? Because we can hear some music. Because when she were in the car, the radio came on or whatever. So they go looking, and they find it. There we go. The buried car underground. Presumably, they got her. By the way, we'll assume that they got her. She's not still in the car going, "Oh, let me out, let me out." But we presume they got her. So off they go again. Say, right, we're out of here. Come on, we don't even stop. We ride like hell. Yeehaw! There we go. But then something happens. Here we go. Something spooks the horses. This is where we learn the true size and scale of the Graboids. They get knocked off their horses and look round and they see one of the horses has got a Graboid tongue wrapped round it. Not the best effect. I suppose it's alright, innit? But presumably they kill the horse because he takes a shot at it like that. The horse isn't moving anymore, so I'm presuming that horse is now Swiss cheese, so to speak. But there we see. We're going to see a Graboid come out now of the ground. There must be a million of them. They're underground, and out it comes. I don't know if this is I think this is a miniature. I think it's a miniature with a painted, either like a matte painted background or a photo of mountains in the background. I think it's done like on a tabletop or whatever. But it looks cool. Nope, just one. And that's where we see how big they really are. So they go running off, and it goes chasing after them. There they are. It goes back under the ground. There we see it, under the ground. Apparently Ron Underwood, no, the writers. Apparently the writers, who were, I'll tell you in a minute. I can't remember off the top of my head. S.S. Wilson and Brent Maddock wrote this. I think it was their first big film as well. I think they had something to do with Short Circuit, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure I heard that mentioned somewhere. Yes, Brent Maddock worked on Short Circuit, and Battery's not included as well. A film I haven't seen for donkey's years. I used to love that film, Battery's Not Included. Lovely, gentle-ish little fantasy film. Anyway. Justin says, this is a 50s style sci-fi monster film meets a western. Yes, it is. It is a good old-fashioned monster movie. Anyway, as I was saying, the writers didn't want to see the monsters moving underground. They wanted just to see it from our perspective above ground. Maybe seeing bumps in the ground and stuff like that. They didn't want to see them moving underground. But Ron Underwood says, we need to see them, how they get through, the Pleistocene alluvial. Anyway, then we see they're running and it's knocking down the fence post as they go. And then they come across this, drainage ditch, whatever it is. I don't know what it's supposed to be. But maybe it's prone to flooding. I don't know, this area. I don't know. But they go jumping across that. We can make it. And they don't. Nearly, but not quite. And the creature just smashes, there we go, into the concrete. It says, oh, we knocked it out cold. There we go, it's knocked itself cold. Said, no, it's dead. And because there's all goo coming out. By the way, originally, I think in the dailies, when we first saw the big monster, the full-size one, that were done by, Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff and their team. I can't remember the name of their company. RDI, don't sound right, RDI, something like that. They'd recently come off Aliens, where they'd had a lot of slime, the creatures in Aliens, the xenomorphs had lots of slime and stuff. So they said, we wanted these to be, because they're in the desert, we wanted them to not be slimy, so we didn't do them slimy. And when they were looking at dailies, the editor said they look like, the inside of the mouths and that, because it's not slimy, just looked like it was covered in nail varnish. So I said, okay, well, I suppose we better add some slime. And then they did some more screen test, and the audiences loved all the slime. Anyway, just says, I think it was a working title called Land Sharks. Yes, that was the original title. of the the script that were written. I don't know how long it stayed like that. I think they said they couldn't, or they didn't keep. I suppose they could have kept that name if they wanted, but they didn't, because I think Saturday Night Live had done a skit called Land Sharks. So that's why they changed it to Tremors, which I think's a better title. Kevin's laughing. Oh, what he says is funny, but a bad word. Yes, one of the two. Hang on, where is it? Have I missed it? Oh, I think it's here, isn't it? Is it this one?
We killed it.
We killed it. There we go.
Fuck you!
To say it's a film he didn't want to do, he puts everything into it, doesn't he? But anyway. Glad they changed it, because now we have street sharks, do we? I don't know. Was there a cartoon called that? I think there was, wasn't there? I don't know. Anyway, and then Rhonda appears saying, "What's that?" And so there we go. They dig it out a bit. Val goes and sees how long it is. And says, "I think I found the ass end." And so she doesn't know what it is. She's saying it's the biggest zoological discovery of the century. And he says, "I think I found the ass end." So it's about 30 feet long, I think, something like that. So anyway, so she realises, does Rhonda, that there's at least 3 others. So there were 4 of them to start with. There are at least 3 others. So they got rid of one, thankfully. That's one they don't have to worry about. But there she's looking at says these things here. That's how they propel themselves underground. It's all cool. And that's where she says, there's another 3 of them. There we go. Yeah, I figured it out. 3 more of these things. And so, anyway. Oh, yes, another funny scene. Another funny scene. In a minute.
Damn prairie dog burrow.
Little sons of bitches.
Little sons of bitches. There was a cartoon and a bunch of toys. Vin Diesel's first role was in ads for the toys. They're bringing it back now. Cool. They built a full-size one for this. Yes, for the where he found the ass end. Anyway. Right, so... they see that one's coming for him, I think, or something. Do they hear a noise or something? I think a seismograph goes off. They say, there's one coming. So they go and jump onto these rocks that are there. And it says her truck's parked by one of the alluvial boulders or whatever. But here we see it's going out. See, it can't penetrate the boulders. So they're stuck up there. So they're thinking of Edgar now, obviously. Thinking, he climbed up that pylon for 3 days and just died up there. They're thinking the same thing could happen to us, stuck on this boulder for 3 days. But anyway, so they've got to work out if they can get off. But any vibration they make attracts the creatures. So they spend the night there, look, and there you go. So they've got to work out how to get off. Luckily, they're still there, look. So, if they don't do something, they're going to get stuck. There you go. Got to come up with some sort of plan. I don't know why I talk like that. But luckily, they've got some huge poles that they can use to pole vault. I don't know why they're there. Maybe it tells us. They'll just happen to be there, look, these huge poles. Why they're there, I have no idea. For fencing, I suppose. But luckily they're just there, where they can get to them, and not like miles away. So they use them to pole vault between the rocks. Luckily the rocks are just far enough apart for them to pole vault to. It's all very convenient, but it's fine. It's fine. There she goes. Whee! So off they go, pole vaulting to her truck. Stay on the alluvial boulders, or whatever, residual boulders, whatever she calls them. I can't remember what she calls them. So off they go. Hang on, there they go. Cool. In synchronicity. Right, so they jump into her truck. As soon as, they jump in the truck and they hit the truck and the vibration and that, they'll be on them, the Graboids. So they jump together. She puts the keys in her mouth and she dives in head first through this little hatch. And just drives, use a hand on the accelerator, not seeing where they're going. Luckily, they don't crash. But, Val punches one with his bare hands. Here we go. Here it comes up. There we go. What a hero. Just says the rock scene was the one writer's idea, because he was in the military. Yes, that was gave him the idea for the film, isn't it, when he wrote it, and he was on a rock trying to give a reason what the monster was. Yes, he was working for the Navy. He used to make like educational films for the Navy, didn't he? And he were working in California, out in the desert, and he was sat on a rock one night, I suppose enjoying the stars or whatever, and he thought, what if I got stuck here by a monster, that trapped me on this rock? And that would give him the idea for the film, so there we go. Great music, also a nice truck when America had small trucks. You just have big trucks now. And Adam Gamer's here. Yay, it's his birthday on Saturday. Watch his live stream on Saturday. Good evening, Adam. Right, so anyway, off they go. And he gives another whack. Look, that one gets in. Look, it doesn't get her. And she presses the accelerator with her hand and they go off driving. Look, and she's driving using the force, apparently. Look, she can see where she's going somehow. She's a Jedi. Anyway, so they get away, they're fine. And next thing we see, they're back at Chang's. So they haven't crashed. He can't get through to Bert and Heather, who have headed out. He says they mustn't be home yet. Chang luckily has a battery-operated CB, thankfully. But they're still out there somewhere, still driving around somewhere. They've been looking round for things, I can't remember what, but they've been having a nosy about. So they're all grilling Rhonda now about what these things are. So you're a scientist, are you? Don't have a theory? So, well, these things are unprecedented. Yeah, but what are they? They're asking where they're from. So, I don't know. And when they were writing it, they said, do we have to explain where these are from? I mean, we know they're from underground, obviously, but do we know the origins of the creatures? And they decided it doesn't matter, they're just there. Because we learned that they've only recently, I don't know, awoken or whatever, because, let's say, 3 years earlier, they weren't getting these readings, seismographic readings or anything. So they've just appeared recently, haven't they? Or awoken recently. But we know they've been there a long time, because in the third film, the fourth film, whatever, it's back in time, the 1800s, isn't it? Justin says, yeah, we don't have small ones like that anymore, except one. We have massive, expensive ones, all because of gas mileage rules. Now it may change. You think gas? You get more gas mileage with a smaller truck, wouldn't you? But anyway. Yeah, so that's it. They keep asking her questions, and later on she says, "Why do you keep asking me things? I don't know." And I'm thinking, actually, no, it's a compliment, isn't it? Because they know that you're the smartest person there, so I want her opinion. Right. So anyway, it says somebody should come and check on us. The road's out. Somebody will see that the road's out, and somebody will come and check on us, and then we'll see somebody's been to check. Presumably on these guys that have been working, and the people who have been to check, Nevada, Caltel, for this phone company, they've been got as well. So somebody will come and check for them, you'd think, wouldn't they? They should show a big long row of cars and trucks with bloody with bloody yellow helmets just stretching as far as the eye can see. So nobody's coming to help them for a while. By the way, no princess tonight. She's out. She's out, this princess. She's gone outside. Anyway, so they were saying that that they're attracted by the vibrations, and so if we don't vibrate, we'll be safe. But anything you do, they're attracted by. Footsteps and stuff. Anyway, Val realises that they're heading right for him, and he shows it on a map. We see a map. There we go, of Perfection Valley, and he points out all the places where they've been. So first found Edgar out here, and then old Fred, and the doctors, and the work, where the road slip was, the landslide, and the doctors, blah blah blah. And they're heading the way here. This whole valley's one big smorgasbord. Anyway, whatever. So they've got to work something out. What they're going to do. And she suggests, Rhonda, that they head for the mountains because they can travel through the Pleistocene alluvial, the dirt. They can't move through rock, so it says we get to the mountains, which are made of granite. We'll be safe, but there'll be dirt there as well in the mountains because they'll have trees and stuff. Are they just going to climb to the top of the mountains? But anyway, I don't know. That's what they're going to do. Yes, but a small one like that would have to get 60 miles a gallon by the rules. All right, fair enough. It's all a huge truck wouldn't get 60 miles a gallon, would it? It's all wheelbase and other stuff and climate change rules. Anywho, right. So this way she says, Melvin screams and throws a ball at a little asswipe. Right, so Melvin's out there with his basketball, gonna nearly get got. Oh, there we go. He's nearly been got. He could have got him. He should have done. Anyway, here it comes. Hey, out of the ground. That's obviously a real one. Oh, not real. A full size one. Obviously inside the full size ones, I think there's like Alec Gillis or Tom, whichever one did the puppeteering. There's a fella inside puppeteering. Showed it on the behind the scenes. It actually looked a lot like the Jabba the Hutt puppet from Return of the Jedi. Kind of reminded me of that, with the fella inside operating levers and stuff. Anyway, right. So never looked after them. Is this where Rhonda gets wrapped up in barbed wire? Is it? Oh no, that's later, isn't it? That's later. They run inside first. Right, so they decide to climb up. Oh no. Suddenly there's a noise. The fridge turns on, doesn't it? Is that now? Oh no, first off, they hear a noise. Say, be quiet. Then they hear, I forgot her name. Ariana Richards. Mindy. They hear Mindy on her pogo stick. Obviously oblivious to everything. Mindy, get off the pogo stick. But they're coming to get her, look. But there we go. Here comes Val to the rescue. Doink. Obviously, just about got her, didn't they? Because they just grabbed onto the pogo stick because it stays uprooted in on the road. Right, so they're running to their house. Val runs back to wherever he's running back to. Oh, this is where she gets. There we go. Val jumps on the truck. That's it. And this is where she gets wrapped up in barbed wire. Here comes another one. So they've got two of them to deal with. Right, so he runs inside. And she, there we go, it knocks her down. There we go. And it rises up. And this is how she gets She rolls into this barbed wire. This is how she gets all tangled up in it. Look, it's all fastened on. She gets tangled up in the barbed wire. Anyway. Right, so apparently she didn't rehearse this bit because she's to take her trousers off. And she didn't rehearse it because she wanted, I don't know, it to be natural or whatever, as though she hadn't practiced it, to take her pants off quickly or whatever. Probably like Han Solo, probably like Harrison Ford with the Han Solo thing in the boring conversation anyway scene in Star Wars. Anyway, it's how they come to rescue her. Here comes Earl with his axe, and hang on, where is he? Val comes with a pickaxe in a minute. Here he comes. There goes, picked up a pickaxe. Buries it in the Graboid's head, but it doesn't seem to do much. Just annoys it. So anyway, so there it is. Look, it even takes out the pickaxe with one of its tongues. Anyway. So she takes her pants off. There we go. So she's just in her knickers now. And they run back inside. Getting chased along. Hang on, with the old... where are we? Here we are. Let's go back again. You know, a simple effect. Did it in The Thing as well, didn't they? Where I go? It's underneath, just a ball or whatever underneath, pulled along with a cord or a chain or whatever into it, making the planks go up. Right, so they're relatively safe now. For now, Val's also a medic. It seems now is putting iodine or whatever on her injuries. But anyway, with old Earl smiling, because he knows they're gonna fall in love. Right, so and Miguel gives her some jeans and shoes. I'm guessing he knows her size. So what they got to do? Yes, the refrigerator turns on, starts making loads of noise. We've got to turn it off. By the way, this is Victor Wong's last day. This is the scene, I think, as well. By the way, that they must have. I think they had to finish this scene early because they got a phone call, and the studio manager, whatever, said, "How many scenes have you got left to do with Kevin?" He said, 3, I think, or shots. How many shots have you got left? Or setups, that's the word. How many setups have you got left with Kevin? He said, 3, I think. I said, no, because his wife's gone into labour, so he legged it. So I think I don't know if they finished the scene off without him or what, I don't know. But anyway. Justin says, I think one of them got hurt during the plank stunt, but was not bad, just fell down, bruised. All right, I didn't know that. They should have been more careful, shouldn't they? Anyway, this is Victor Wong's last scene, unfortunately. Should have called Jack Burton. But they managed to get the fridge turned off. But he comes up through the floor and grabs hold of poor Walter. For some reason, his nose immediately starts bleeding. I don't know why. This is, I think it's kind of inspired by the Quint scene in Jaws. You know, when he gets got by the shark in Jaws. I think that's the inspiration behind it. But dragging him off is the deadite look. Actually, you can see it pulling him in. Look. I don't think it's Victor Wong in the shark here. I think it's a stunt man with like false legs. They had like false legs sticking out at weird angles. That's not Victor Wong, is it? But yeah, it looks like he gets a right clout on the head here. Is it this? Is it here? Let's go back again. And it goes back. It looks like he gets a right clout on the head. There we go, on the side of the fridge. Ow! I bet that hurt. But anyway, and off he goes. So that's the end of poor Walter Chang. So anyway.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
Ooh, he's a good actor, isn't he? He's a good actor. Right, so has it I thought it had repaired the floor as it went back down, because we just saw the floor there, didn't we? Just all seemingly fine. Let's go back again. Where is it? Where's it gone? There was like a shot of the floor that looked okay, didn't it? Where is it? Where is it? That was Victor Wong, wasn't it? Looked like him. Where is it? Must have been another part of the floor. I think they did it too fast and they fell. Yes, Jaws. Victor did part of it with the legs bent when he gets sucked down. Yes. I just saw that bit where I just said, didn't I, that was him. Anyway, so in the come, so they've got to climbing up now, up onto the shelves and stuff, and then Val says, we're to get up on the roof through that hatch. So off they go. Oh, that's what I saw, isn't it? So it's another part of the floor. There we go. Up they come. Probably a miniature, to be honest. That I said the Scotex were good at miniatures. Fruit snacks, cool. So off they go, but she's going, and for some reason she can't jump. I don't know why, but look how strong they are. Look, just chewing through tins of tomatoes or whatever the hell it was. Says, look, jump, and look, they're pushing the things. Do they know? Are they, we know they're clever, but are they that clever? Oh, pardon me. Are they that clever? Apparently so. Eh dear. So they push over the shelving. Knocks down. She says, I can't jump, I can't do it. There we go. Jump, row. Ensign row. You can do it. And the stunt woman here, it's obviously not Finn Carter, is it? Says, I can't do it. And you can do it. Says, I can't. And then she just falls through the window. No, I can't. And then the stunt woman falls through the window. They think, oh no! So they get up on the roof and they look around. She's not there, and he's like, oh no! They've taken her like they did with Victor, but no, she's there. She's climbing up the water tower, so she's safe. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know what this shack is. Is it a toilet? I did been for a dump or something. I don't know. But he's saying, what's going on? So get up on the roof. So he climbs up on the roof. And they're telling everybody to get up on their roofs. So Nancy and Mindy get up on their roof, and Nestor gets up on his roof of his trailer. Meanwhile, Bert and Heather arrive back at their compound. And she's looking through the binoculars and sees everybody's up on the roofs. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Right, so and they get on the there we go. They get on the CB. Luckily, battery powered. Because Val just grabs it and pulls it up. Apparently they see one of them heading, because Reba McEntire, Heather, starts doing this thing with, I don't know anything about bullets, but she's doing something with the bullets that makes lots of noise. We'll see it there, we go that. I've no idea what I don't know, but I'm sure everybody in America knows what that is. I don't know. Some sort of centrifuge or something. I don't know what it is. But it's making lots of noise. It's attracting the Graboids. And one of them heads up there. They get on the thing. There we go. They're heading up to you. Get up on your roof, they said. Get up on your roof. They said, oh, why? I don't, but, Anyway. Oh, I've had a copyright warning on YouTube, because YouTube's crap. Anyway. Apparently we've got away with it though, but anyway. Just making sure everything's okay on the other streams. Yes, it is, right. Up on the roof, what are you talking about? It says they're under the ground and all that, so they're heading your way, but they can't see anything. But then they hear a rumble, and here it comes through the wall. I'm not sure now. Is this a full size one, or is it? I think it is, in it, because we see an effect later on where they use a puppet, but with Michael Gross, it's like superimposed in front of it, and it kind of looks that way. It's still good, but this looks real, doesn't it? As though she's watching it burst through the wall there. So I don't think this is. I think this is a full size animatronic, I think. But they're thinking, oh, the radio cuts out. They think, oh, that's them done for. But then they hear distant gunshots. You can hear in the distance as they're opening fire on them. There we go. There they are. Thankfully, no, it's just not getting them. Although it does there, it does grab hold of him. But Heather saves him with her shotgun. There we go. Blows its tongue off. So I think that one becomes Stumpy, doesn't it? That we know as Stumpy. But they're shooting away. There we go. Shooting away at it with machine guns and all sorts of stuff. And then he gets his big elephant gun out in a minute. Here we go. His massive elephant gun, which apparently the rented or something from a special gun owner that it used special blanks made out of brass or something. But anyway, so they're shooting. Oh, she shoots a flare at it because they're not exactly running out of weapons, are they? Why does she shoot a flare? I mean, there's all these here. Anyway, it looks good. I think I missed a bit actually, haven't I? There is a bit with it that shows that the quarter scale. Is it this here where he drops? There we go. He drops the gun there, and I think there we go. We get a view of it on the ground, and we see not Michael Gross's feet. Hang on. There, that's not Michael Gross's feet, it's somebody else's. And then we have a wick pan with a cut in it. I didn't see the join. To the puppet, a Skotak puppet. So they built like a quarter scale model of the basement, and a quarter scale model of the thing. So this is actually a puppet, and that isn't. But yeah, cool. So they're shooting away. He gets his big gun, and the elephant gun finishes it off. And there we go, and it dies. So they've killed one. So that's 2 down, and it's dead. There we go. Is this where it says his immortal line?
Broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you, you bastard?
So it says, we got one, we killed it. We killed that mother humper. I've got to see if we're still mute.
There are 2 more, repeat, 2 more mother humpers.
Ah, yes, you can see his mouth. It didn't say mother humper, did he? You could tell with his mouth. It's like Galaxy Quest, the screw that line, isn't it? Yes, so that's one of the many F-bombs that were edited out. Shot elephant gun, powerful, yes. Wingrace says, apologies, TOYG. I'm sort of stealing your Jean Grey sentiment in my new script, but I think I'm being clever about it. Okay, I can't remember what my Jean Grey sentiment was. Such an American film, yes. Second Amendment rights. It is Second Amendment, isn't it? They're obviously in agreement with such. I can't remember what my Jean Grey sentiment was. I can't remember. Oh, aye, what's the face? Yes, episode 2 of Starfleet Academy. I said she goes all Jean Grey, doesn't she? Because we see it in the trailer, don't we? Anyway, that's by the by. Right, well, back to these. Right, so, Bert got one, he killed one, so they're all, yay! Still 2 more mother humpers, though. The right to bear's arms. Yes, 2A all day. Anywho, guess we don't get to make fun of Bert's lifestyle anymore. No, because they save the day, don't they? So anyway, so the other one's made its way up, obviously hearing all the commotion. So the another one's arrived. They can't shoot. It's staying under the ground. They can't shoot it. So we can't get to them. The dirt is soil or whatever is a great bullet stopper. But can you get to your Jeep? Your truck's the only one that can get up the trail in the mountains. Anyway, they're up. Meanwhile, the one in the so there's one up. I can't speak. There's one up at Bert's place, and then there's one down in town. And the one down in town is checking out all the buildings. And they're saying, "What's it doing?" And she says, "Why do you keep asking me?" I said, "Because you're clever. Because you're from the university. You're the smartest person here." But anyway, it's a compliment, love. They think you're clever. But anyway, then we see all the building all starts going all wiggly woggly. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose now. I'm going to have an argument. Something's going on over there, isn't there? What's going on over there? Some sort of sandstorm. Something's kicking off in the distance, isn't it? The buildings, it's all shaking and all that, and this is obviously a fully mechanical set where they could do this to the building, Ron Underwood was really impressed with the production design. He says we were really good at all this mechanical stuff. Where they could just make the building shake about and then just reset it, for another take, and it'd be fine. But yeah, so it's all shaking about, look. And so they're trying to bring the town down around their ears. And there we see it's over at Nancy's and Mindy's doing the same there. So we've got to get out of here. So they can feel our vibrations, but they can't find us. So they've got to work something out. Oh, they go for Nesta next, and they turn over his there we go, his trailer. So off he goes, and this Nesta cops for it. He goes for safety. I've missed it, I think, haven't I? There we go. He goes for safety on this big tyre for some reason. So get off the ground. So he just jumps onto that tyre, but it gets him. There we go, and pulls him under. There he goes. So that's the end of Nesta. Well, for some reason, I thought it was Melvin's dad. But he's not. He's not. I think it's because the next bit we see Melvin being all sad. There we go. So for some reason I thought it was Melvin's dad, but he's not. Melvin's parents are apparently in Las Vegas, as I said earlier. Left him by himself. Anyway, so got to work out how to get up to Bert and Heather. They're going to use Bert's truck, by the way, but then we see they take out Bert's truck because they're smart. Anyway, right. So how are we going to get out of here? They need something like a tank, and they go the cat, the bulldozer. Can't all fit on the bulldozer, but we can tow something behind it. There we go. That old semi-trailer. Sorry, Justin. Yes, it was a great effect. Now, it would cost too much to make, but man, it had such a realistic feel. Nesta was like the mayor. What are you? Oh, right. I didn't know what he was, to be honest. I think Nesta, I always think of Battle Beyond the Stars. That was Nesta, wasn't it? Them clones. Anyway, we are Nestor. Right, so they've got to get to the, which obviously is miles away, so they've got to get to the bulldozer and hook it up to that, and they can all escape on that because they'll never swallow that because it weighs like, 30 tons or something. It weighs a lot. So they've got to distract them, and somebody's going to make a run for the bulldozer, and they're going to use that. Walter's little tractor. They're going to use that and set it off by itself to draw the Graboids away. By the way, Walter that came up with the name Graboids earlier on. I missed that bit. That's what they're calling them. Meanwhile, the building's all collapsing. So off they go. Say we go with Miguel's plan. When I first heard it, I thought he said we go with Gail's plan. I was thinking, who's Gail? I was trying to work out who's Gail in this film. I thought, was it a slip? Were they talking about Gail and Heard? But no, Miguel's plan. So off he goes, sets that off. Any second now. Is it going? Is it going to show us? Is it going? Is it showing us? Or go back again. Oh no, it's still doing it. Still setting it up. Right, so off they go. So they do the rock, paper, scissors to see who's going to make a run for the... Because obviously only they can drive it. Rock, paper, scissors, see who's going to run. And Val loses, says, oh, never mind. I lose, I'll have to do it. And Earl says, no, I'm doing it. I won. And anyway, he sets off the little tractor. Off it goes. The Graboid follows it. There he goes, following it. But Earl's about to set off, but Val elbows him in the stomach and runs off himself. And he says, "You suicidal son of a gun," he says. So off he goes running. There's Val. But the tractor hits a bump and stops. Oh no. And so it's coming back because now it senses Val's footsteps. There he goes. And it's almost at him. There we go. Up it comes. And Val's got to stop dead and not move at all. So there he goes, but it's still moving though, isn't it? Because you see he's moving about. Look, still. So this is like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. If you don't move, it can't see you. This is like that. But obviously, this came first, didn't it? It's obviously Jurassic Park ripped this off. Get a hack, Michael Crichton, from Beyond the Grave. So anyway, she's saying we've got to make some noise and distract them, and and all that. So they start making noise, but it's not working. So she sees that she's on the water tower, so she sees that's just jury rigged. So she gives that a boot, and there we go. And the noise of the water attracts them, so he can get to the bulldozer. So off he goes, doing all that. And there we go. The Graboids in the water, probably thinking, "What's this blooming water here?" He jumps off and falls hard. Yes, he did. He jumps off, slid down the veranda thing or whatever, didn't he? And when he set off. Whoop. There we go. Right, so anyway. So he gets that up and off they go. They all jump in the trailer. There we go. Yeehaw! Meanwhile, Bert and Heather are making pipe bombs. They're making pipe bombs, like in Terminator. What do they call them in Terminator? I can't remember what they call them. She says, sounds delicious. I forgot what you called them. Anyway, they're making them. So here they come. Get ready to jump in, and we'll head for them their mountains. They're running for them their hills. So off they go. Deciding which guns to take. They take plenty of guns. Melvin, hey, give me a gun. So I'm not giving you a gun. I wouldn't give you a gun if it was World War III. Anyway, off they go. Unfortunately, they don't really make it that far. A little bit, but not as far as they'd want. But anyway, they're on the way. They see them in the distance. But here we go. They get so far, and then suddenly, oh no! Big hole! A big hole. They set a trap. Or did they? Did they set a trap, or was it just bad luck in their part? Did they just come across like a graboid hole, where they've been through? Don't know. But anyway, so they're stuck now. They dug a trap. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Who knows? But like the prairie dog burrow that he fell down earlier on. Maybe it's just bad luck on their part. Anyway, right. So there they are. They've got to get to the alluvial boulders, whatever they call them, residual boulders. But first, he's going to throw him one of his pipe bombs. Boom! But it doesn't kill it. It just scares them off. Anyway, so it scares them off for a while. So they've got to think we've got to run for them boulders. And Melvin says, "I'm not running. I'll die." So he gives Melvin a gun. There you go, Melvin. This will make them think twice. So off they go, because she's clever, you see. So that's why they're doing what she says. They're heading for their boulders over there. Look, a swear word. the second one, the second of two. There we go. Cool shot of the back of the graboid. Pardon me. He just makes it. There we go, up onto the boulder. Right, so once they're up there, they're kind of stuck now, though, aren't they? They're wondering what to do. Where can they go next? They can't use. Bert hasn't got enough explosives to get them up to the mountains. You would need 50 of them, he says. So now they start arguing, and saying, what, this was your idea. We was going to be stuck here forever. We should have stayed at my compound. We had food and water because he was a survivalist. He says, just back off. And I like this. This way Heather, she's calming things down. No, just forget about it. He thinks he knows everything. Anyway, not worth it. Anyway, so they're having a ponder, and then Bert says, if it's going to come to starvation, I'm just going to take one of my pipe bombs out into the desert, light the fuse, let them eat me, and boom. And then Earl thinks, oh, hang on, that's a good idea. So they get some. Luckily, they've got some rope with them. They're throwing stones to attract the graboid. And luckily, it got lots of rope. I'm guessing they had it with them because they're prepared, aren't they? They're going to tie a pipe bomb to the rope, and he's going to light a 15-second fuse. He says it's actually about 20 seconds. I counted, but never mind. He's going to light the fuse and throw it, and here we go, and off it goes, and it takes it. There we go. It grabs. There we go. It takes the bait. And then blows up. It's the kill another one. There we go. Hey, boom. I missed it, didn't I? Back again. Boom. There we go. So that's another one dead. There's only one left now. They get covered in like pumpkin innards and stuff. You can tell, can't it? It's like from innards from a pumpkin and stuff they're throwing at them. Hang on. What's them? I don't know. But anyway, it's dead. So there's still one left. Stumpy's left. But this one's not falling for it. They try it again, and they think it's going to eat it, but it spits it out, I think. Spits it back at them and blows up most of the others that they've got left. Sends them scattering off the rocks, into danger. So I think she gets to safety, in a minute. Oh no, they go after her, that's it. So they're stuck now, not being able to move. We're nearly done now. Stumpy's there, looking for them. And I think he's got, one of them, I think it's Val, he's got a pipe bomb in his hand. And it says, throw it. They're saying, throw the pipe bomb. It says last one. It says, what else are we going to use it for? Anyway. So he's got an idea. I think it's our last one, and he says, I've got an idea, so I'm going to go for it. So he just sets off running, which I don't know why, for some reason it just makes me laugh, just the way he just sets off running really awkwardly. Hang on, where is it? I don't know, he's off. So they're off and running with Stumpy in pursuit, and they haven't got the lighter. She's got it for some reason, I don't know why, but she's got the lighter. Oh, there we have where is it? There we go. A shot of it going through the earth. So she catches up with them. There we go. Lights it, and here it comes. It's coming for them, and he throws it, but it lands behind. Boom! It lands behind the graboid. But he says, you missed it. He says, no, it was on purpose because it actually makes it speed up. Because they're scared of the explosions, of the vibrations the explosions give off. They're scared of it, so it's sped up as Stumpy now. So he's going to wait now to the last minute, is Val. You'd think he'd be there stomping his feet, wouldn't you, to attract it even more. But here it comes. He jumps out of the way. Hee-hee-ha! Jumps out of the way. It's just like Duel, innit? He's doing a Dennis Weaver at the end of Duel with the truck coming towards him. It's all variations on the theme, innit? So off it goes. Boom! Out of the cliff. Again, they must like quarter scale things. Apparently this is a quarter scale. Maybe they already had the quarter scale model of the graboid, I suppose. They did a quarter scale cliff. So anyway, so off it goes. It says, "Can you fly, sucker?" Because he'd mentioned earlier on at Earl. As far as he said to him something like, as far as you know, they can fly. I said lots of little bits and payoffs at the end. So it's, can you fly? So no, they can't. But apparently they can later on in the series, can't they? Apparently, I don't know. So anyway, down it goes. I actually felt a little bit sorry for it here, to be honest, because it goes as though it's shocked, and then splat. And they're all happy, and that looks a bit rubbish, doesn't it? Looks like an old mine shaft or something. Have they been using old mine shafts to get about? Yes, they actually mentioned that in the documentary. the quarter scale thing. Is that what you mean? Anyway, who glued that rock to the side of the mountain? Do you reckon that's... I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So there we go. And they go, yay, that's it. It's dead. Done for. So there we go. Not all done, all gone. All gone. Oh, the duel. Mentioned that. Did they mention that documentary? Oh, no. Not on that one. They didn't. The one that's on here. Anywho, so yay, way to go, Val. So anyway, they head back into town. Bert's giving them some wheels for the truck, and talking about they could make some money. Obviously got all these graboid bodies about. So the People magazine, and Earl says, well, hell, National Geographic. Apparently, it doesn't work out for them, does it, in the future films? But Rhonda's going to be checking out the one that the first one that they killed at the culvert. Anyway, there you go. So it's all saying goodbye now. Apparently, the original ending, he drove off. She's still got the lighter, by the way. They drove off, and they did a test screening. And as they drove away, everybody was when it showed them these two talking before they drive away. The crowd was chanting, kiss her, because the original ending they didn't kiss, so they redid the ending. So they do set off. I think they do anyway. Is it? I think they do set off. No, they don't. No, that were in the original. They set off and they're to go back for the lighter. But I don't think they kissed. I think it ended before that, I think. But they redid it without him driving away, and he says, go and kiss her, you idiot. So that's what he does. He goes running up. And by the way, I forgot. Let me go back again. One of the scenes near the end, I think it might be, they're all standing on the cliff edge. Let's have a look. One of them, Ron Underwood is playing Rhonda, but I don't know which shot it is. It might be one of these actually. It might be. Put Ron Underwood in her clothes and a wig. It might be in that. It might have been one of them where it's like from a long shot and the standing wasn't available. So that's probably Ron Underwood there, the director. Anyway, that's by the by. Where were we? So he goes, go and kiss her. So he goes and kisses her, and there we go. And there they are. A big old sloppy kiss. There we go. And apparently they become a thing, don't they? It's mentioned in the second one. But anyway. And there it ends on a romantic note, as a crane shot or whatever. They pull up and fade out. And happy endings. Yay. Great film. Great film. I'd actually forgotten how good it was until I watched it today. Just he said, I was going to mention that. Yes, the Ron Underwood playing Rhonda. I think it probably was that shot. It said it was near the end. I don't think it was the kissing scene. They got married. Yes, I think. Yeah, it's mentioned. It's the second one, isn't it, where it's mentioned? And apparently, Earl fell on hard times with an ostrich farm or something, didn't he? But they did get loads of money, didn't they, from National Geographic and People magazine or whatever. But Earl fell on hard times. But yes, great film. It is a classic. Yes, you're right, Justin. It is, and I'd actually forgot how good it was. I haven't seen it for a while. And it is well worth a look. Like I said, you can get the full thing. Oh, pardon me. Let's get rid of that. There we go. You can get the full Blu-ray set of all 7 films and the TV series to watch on there. I just got that this week, especially for this. So there we go. So we'll do the others at some point in the future. Yes, it is really, really good. Great acting all the way through. All the characters are great, apart from Melvin. Even though he was a good character, he was annoying, but he was supposed to be, wasn't he? So, but anyway, yeah, Love it. Great film. Good old-fashioned film. And it's a shame Ron Underwood didn't do more. Like I say, he did this one, and then he did City Slickers, which is another favourite of mine. I love City Slickers. I think that's a great film. I don't know what he did after that. I forgot. And then he did Pluto Nash. He did another one, and then he did Pluto Nash, didn't he? Oh, let's have a look. What does it say? Filmography. Where are we? Heart and Souls, which I've not seen. Then Speechless, which I've not seen. I don't know. Oh, Mighty Joe Young. He did that. That's Bill Paxton, isn't it? But I've seen it. But it's not a patch on the original. And then The Adventures of Pluto Nash, which cost like $100 million and made like $7 million at the box office. It's massive. But I actually liked it though. I liked the film Pluto Nash. But anyway, whatever. Ron produced part 2, right? I'm sure he's up there on there as a executive producer, probably. Yes, Tremors 2 Aftershocks, executive producer. But did he do anything on it? Probably not. He was the first assistant director on the film Tourist Trap, which actually saw mentioned in a YouTube video yesterday. I subscribed to the Cobwebs channel. I really like the Cobwebs channel. He talks about like horror films and stuff, and he mentioned Tourist Trap in his video yesterday. A Charles Band film, or at least produced by Charles Band. I don't know if directed by him. A 1979 slasher film with Chuck Connors. Anyway, Ron Underwood was the first assistant director on that. He was a location manager on Capricorn 1. Cool. Another great film, which I think we've done, on Magnificent Mondays. And he was a production assistant on Future World back in 1976 with Peter Fonda. Not a great film, but it did lead to Beyond Westworld TV series, which had a similar theme. Anyway, Mighty Joe is good. I think I've only seen it once, and I'm not a big fan because it wasn't stop motion, and all that. I love the original, the Willis O'Brien / Ray Harryhausen effects, stop motion effects. But I wasn't a big fan of the new one. My son loves it. He watches it regularly. I think it's on Disney Plus or somewhere. He watches it on something quite regularly. Is it Charlize Theron as well? I think it is, isn't it? But yeah, and Tourist Trap. Said Justin. Oh yeah, I've not seen it. I just saw it mentioned in that video yesterday by the Cobwebs channel. Go and subscribe to that. I like that. I like his videos. He does. He's a really good reviewer of videos. Of films and stuff. Better than me. Anybody's better than me. Anywho. Right, so we're done and dusted. We'll leave it there. We will leave it there. So what's coming up next? On Wednesday, we're doing another watch party for... hang on, I'll show you. Sorry, what we're doing. Hang on, where are we? I've closed my window. Where are we? Here we go. Come here, you blooming thing. Here we go. Shush. We're doing... Hang on, see if we can get a title screen. Is it going to be there? Mute. Whatever. Just bear with me. I'm sorting things. Why won't you go full screen? What's up with you? This frightful thing. Oh, because I think I did something wrong. Oh, there we go. Oh dear. Come on, title screen. It's in Italian. Oh, never mind. We're doing... There it is. Il Boia Scarlato. But the film is... I forgot already. Bloody... Something of Horrors. Bloody Pit of Horror from 1965. We're doing that on Wednesday. No, you're good, my friend. Give you some... No. So that's what we're watching, like we did last week. I'm just going to play it and we'll watch it, and I'll talk over it. Much to the annoyance of some people, but I will talk over it. But I'm going to have to watch it before the night so I know what it's about. But apparently it's a public domain film. According to my research, it's public domain. We'll see what happens. Anyway, if things go wrong, then things go wrong. And we'll work something out. Justin says Tourist Trap is a bit strange, but okay. Like I say, I've not seen it. I'll have to see if I can see if it's on Amazon or something. Anyway, that's on Wednesday. On Friday, for Friday Night Upon with Fear this week, we're doing an American Werewolf in Paris, which I actually thought we'd done. I know I did American Werewolf in London. I thought we'd done American Werewolf in Paris as well at some point, but we haven't. So that's what we're doing on Friday. A film that everybody hates except for me. I really like American Werewolf in Paris. Yes, the CGI werewolves are not great, but they're not as bad as everybody makes them out to be. I don't think they are anyway. But I think it's a lot of fun. I really do. So that's what we're doing on Friday, and I haven't decided what next week's films are yet. So there we go. Right, so we'll leave it there. I need a wee, because I'm old. Anyway, right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks, Justin, and thanks, Wingrace. Anybody else pop in? Oh, and Adam Gamer. It's his birthday on Saturday. Join his live stream. Go and subscribe to him, and subscribe to Wingrace as well. And all that. I don't think anybody else popped in, did they? No, I didn't see anybody else. I suspected we might get a visit from them naughty people. Because I had a little bump in my subscribers. And I always think, oh, it's the naughty people subscribing so that they can join in the chat and cause trouble. But we haven't. I'll do a quick check on Rumble. No chats on Rumble. Not even a stream boo on Twitch. Don't know why I keep doing Twitch. Anyway, so we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. So I'll put that on to remind you to like and subscribe and share and drop a comment and all that stuff, and explore the description for the various links and stuff. I did the banner, didn't I? Oh no, that was something else. Never mind. So there we go. We'll leave it there. So thanks, Justin and Wingrace and Adam, for keeping me company while I witter on about a great film. A really, really great film. If I did another my top 10 favourite movies, Tremors might actually make it in, to be completely honest. I think it's up there. It's up there with Ghostbusters and, Aliens and the great monster movies of the 80s and 90s. It is up there, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm done. So, thanks for watching. Hang on. Get ready. There we go. Thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll say there.
We decided to leave this place just one damn day too late.